I would highly, highly, highly recommend this program because it was awesome and life-changing.
I think that was really good just to have that experience now, and actually.
We immediately kind of got immersed down there in the DC culture, and were surrounded by other people who knew about where we were going to school and kind of where we were coming from.
So that experience definitely changed my mind, and that made me just like to look out so that I could go.
It was such a special experience for me, and it's still like probably one of the happiest times ever. It was just amazing.
I wanted to go to DC, and I was looking at a bunch of different internships in the fall, and I was also looking at how much it was going to cost to live there. I knew about the SBS in DC program. I heard about it from Rebecca, and I knew that that was a really good way to basically get me where I wanted to go.
I think the best part of my experience was definitely living with all the people from UMass in our house, just because we got to come home from work every day and just hang out and talk.
Basically be living on our own in not a college environment, but actually just in a city, interning and working there.
Obviously, being kind of dropped in a city that you had never been to before can be daunting and scary, especially starting new internships when I had never done anything like that before.
I think the advice I would give is to don't sell yourself short and to be confident. There are just normal people working everyday jobs in DC, even though it might seem scary and big and political.
Yeah, just realizing that people who work in those offices, the Congress people, they're human beings. They have a team of people that help them.
I learned a lot about many different NGOs and their mission statements and everything. So that was also a recommendation by my mentor. He told me how important research is in this field, so that made me want to pursue that certificate.
I did part-time at a nonprofit called Fair Chance, and that was a cool experience because I got to see kind of how the nonprofit sector worked, which I was interested in.
When we found out that families crossing the southern border were being separated and detained separately in detention facilities down there. And that experience impacted me so much that I wanted to go about studying that for my senior thesis here at UMass. It was just a very, very fun experience being in DC and getting to live there and spend the summer there.